Hello everybody, this is Senoba, and I'm going to show you how to use the Primal Extinction level editor if you want to make some skins and pose them and take pictures and such. When you start up the editor, you'll be greeted with a black blank map, which you go to File up here and Open, and you can navigate to the maps by going through Program Files and the Steam folder. And then, actually I think I did the wrong one. No. You should find the Primal Carnage Extinction level editor folder through Content, Game Content, Maps, and then you can find the maps through there. I'm gonna, I already have it loaded, but you just have to open up the PCM file through your Steam folder. So I have docs loaded up here. And if you wanted to go, it's saving, automatically saving. We have to open up the content editor just to see what we're going to do, what kind of things we're going to make. Once it lets me load, come on buddy. Okay, so right up here is the content browser button. You can just click that. And you can see here in the side, you just scroll, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But luckily you can just go up in here and type to search for things. So I'm going to be making an acro skin today. Well, essentially a skin. So when you type in acro, you're greeted with the anim tab, mesh, material, and texture and stuff. So the first thing you want to do is go to the mesh tab and find SK acro. This goes for any dinosaur. Every dinosaur has the same folders. They all have the meshes and the materials. So go to mesh and then you find the dinosaur you want and you just click on it and drag it into the map. And then you see these little adjustment things here. You can actually change that by pressing the spacebar. So this will scale it, which actually the acro actually has to be scaled because it spawns bigger than what it really is as the model. And then you can press it again, and this is like to move it around. Press it and rotate it. I like to get the lighting on the whole body, so. And docs is I like using docs to take pictures of skins because it's got pretty decent lighting. So there's that. We have our acro out. It's the default skin and it's just kind of in a T-pose right now. So our skins are located in the material folder. You can see all of the official ones here. I've already made a new one. If you want to make a new skin, you just go into the materials and then create a copy. So you just left click on the material and create a copy of it. I've already done that. But you can do it to anything you want. I just did the albino because I'm going to replace it anyways with the texture. So personally, I use this program called 3D Coat to make my skins. This is just something I whipped up in like a minute just so we can see it in the game. I use this program, I just paint directly on the model and then I export the file as a targa. So I'm going to do that right now. Textures, export. I'm not going to get into how to use 3D Coat because I don't know how many people actually use it out there. But what you could do, what you can do is just paint directly on the thing like this, which is a lot harder because things don't always match up. It's in 3D Coat. It's easier because I can just see right away. Like obviously, it's a lot easier to paint on the model, but whatever works. Some people it works to come in here and just paint on this thing and export it. So this is what I have. It's very rough. Obviously, it's not meant to be an official skin, but this is actually the wrong size for the acro. The size of it is oops. I have to go to image size. 512 pixels by 1024, but for every other texture it's 512 by 512 pixels. So there's that. Save it as a targa file, TGA. And then we can go to the skins here, or you can make your own new folder, package, or whatever. And then you right click inside, or you can press the import button here to bring it in. So we're going to import that in. And you can name it whatever you want from here. This is where the package is going to go. And compression, no alpha, click that down here to save up some space. Just import that in. Okay, so now we have this texture file, but so you can see you can't apply it to this model because it has to be, this isn't the actual file that gets applied to the model, it's the material. So we go down to the created material thing I have earlier, and you click on it. So when you first click on it, it might look like this. So you just expand the these tabs here. Pretty much all you need is this one here, texture parameter values and scalar parameter values if you want to make the eyes glowy or something. Make sure that use diffuse overlay is checked on both boxes. The simple diffuse. Oh, I accidentally checked it, and now it's going to freeze because it takes a long time to uncheck a box in here. Okay, turn that back on. So what we're looking for, where we're going to put our actual texture that we just made in 3D Coat is in the diffuse overlay color texture box here. So I'm just going to click that, and I'm going to press this little green button to import that in. And you can see the acro still has a default skin. That's because we have to apply this texture to the model. So with the acro, because it only has one material, the Spino and the T-Rex have two, and you can't just drag it on. But with the acro, you can just drag it on. And there you can see we have this lovely, very flat, ugly skin that we made, all ready to go. You can make edits and stuff in like if I wanted to change the color in here, like that, you can save it, and then you can come in here into the texture, and you can update it, and you can see. So you just go to the texture, right-click it, and do, where is it? Re-import the texture. So then it'll re-import it after what you've saved it as, and update it. So now it looks like that. It's actually kind of cool. So that's very handy, because then you can go in and you can make little tweaks, save it, and then re-import it. So you don't have to like re-import a whole new texture. You just re-import the one that you just made. So now we have to take a picture of this skin and actually put this dinosaur in a pose that's not standing there, you know, T-posed practically. So to do that, we have to apply this animation set, and you can actually double click on the animation set to preview the different the animations of the dinosaurs. This is the icon image here. But you go in the animation tab here, and you can you can scroll down. You can find different animations. Press play to check them out. So if you wanted to use one of these, you can right-click it, right-click it, and you can copy the sequence name to the clipboard. Exit out. So in order to apply this to our model here, I'm going to double-click on this guy. And this is a little different than what I'm used to, so no worries, because you can just go into the search bar and type in anim. And then we're going to select the animation set. Not double-click it, just click it, make sure it's highlighted in yellow. And then we're going to scroll down to, where is it? Okay. All the way down to the bottom in the Morph tab, where it says Anim Sets here. You click the little plus button, and then this arrow will put that animation set onto it. So it still hasn't moved yet. That's because we have to plug in that name of the actual animation. So I'm going to type in sequence here. So then we can pull down this anim node sequence tab here. And up at the top is anim sequence name. We're going to paste, bite. Okay, and then it crumples up like that. I don't know why it does that. It does this to me too when I try to do things. Let's try just bite. Okay, there we go. Don't put the ADD in front of it, apparently. So now, if we go down to where it says current time here, we can scroll these arrows, and it'll move throughout the animation. So you can find a good pose in there probably. This is a little weird, but this should work right here. So now that's sufficiently posed. Now all we have to do is take a picture of this Oh, look at the green on this. It's so bright. um, you can give a little blur to the background if you wanted. Just go to View and World Properties. Oh, now I have to just find it. Let's see if I can just type it in. There you go. Just max far, and should be a blur radius. But or you can just change this. Adjust the little sliders there to get. And it'll look a lot different when you actually take a screenshot and render it, so don't worry about how it looks in here too much. Okay. So now if we want to take this picture, we're going to go into the actual game engine by pressing this play button here. So then you open up the editor, or the game engine, and I go to spectate. And if you press the tilde button, you can type in toggle HUD, HUD, turn off the timer up on top. So now you're basically in spectator mode, but you can just move around with the WSAD keys, and you can go up and down with the control and spacebar. So then I go to this again, and I type in FOV 40. That's like my favorite one. It just it zooms the camera in a bit and gives you a better angle on things. And then you just find try to get the whole critter in there. Get a good angle. Probably zoom up a bit. Get the whole thing in. So then once you want to take a picture of it, you press F7, because if you pull up this one, it's going to glitch out the picture. So you type in F7 and then you type in tiled shot 4. Tiled shot space 4. Press enter, and it'll freeze for a little bit as it renders it. It's loading. It takes a very big screenshot when you do this. So I always resize it. It's huge. It's like 5,000 pixels. Okay, so then we took a picture. You can press this and type in quit to exit out of that. Okay, and now if you want to pull that baby up, let's see if we can find it. Okay, you just go into your Primal Carnage Extinction level editor folder from Steam, Primal Carnage game, and screenshots, and mine's Win64. Then we can just open this baby up, and there it is. You can see just how big it is because this is at 100% here. See all those little details. I would definitely resize this to be a little smaller. I usually do 1300 wide. I'll unlock the aspect ratio though. And that should definitely be big enough for displaying. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Let me know if you have any questions.